If you are preparing for JEE 2027, I know 99% of student will leave this video after 1 minute or after 30 seconds, and that justifies why only 1% of student get 99 percentile in JEE mains. So if you are preparing for JEE 2027, you have probably had this thought at least once that I have only 6 months left or 5 months left, and I cannot afford to waste time following the wrong plan. Maybe you have a class 11th backlog, maybe you have fallen behind in class 12th, maybe your mock scores are not improving, or maybe you are starting late. Whatever your situation, the biggest fear is usually the same. You don't know if you are focusing on the right things. The good news is that 6 months is enough to change your result, but only if you stop guessing what to do next. After guiding hundreds of JEE aspirants, I have noticed that the students who recover and get great ranks are not always the smartest or most disciplined. They simply make one important decision much earlier than everyone else. So in this video, I will show you what that decision is and why it can change completely the way you prepare. So watch till the end because this could save you months of wasted effort. Most students look at their backlog and think, okay, I just need to finish it. So they make a big list, start from chapter 1 and try to complete everything. But after a few weeks, they are still behind. Not because they are lazy, not because they are not working hard, but because they are solving the wrong problem. Here is what most students don't realize. What you call a backlog is actually three different things. First, chapters you have never studied. Second, chapters you have studied but never properly understood. And the third is chapters you think you know but still make mistakes during test. These are three complete different problems and each one needs a different solution. But most students treat all of them the same way. They simply revise everything. As a result, they spend the same amount of time on chapters that need only 2 hours and chapters that need 20 hours. Then they wonder why the backlog never disappears. The real problem is not the backlog. The real problem is not knowing which part of the backlog is actually holding you back. Now, let me tell you something important. Most students think success in JEE comes from covering everything equally, but that's not true. Every chapter is not equally important. Every topic does not contribute equally to your score. Yet, most students prepare as if everything deserves the same amount of attention. Eventually, they run out of time and become average everywhere instead of strong somewhere. The student who recover from weak class 11th are not the student who somehow finish everything. They are the student who identify the highest priority chapter and what are the things they need to master. And this is where generic advice start falling. A YouTube video doesn't know your score. It doesn't know your weak areas. It doesn't know how much time you have left because generic advice is made for everyone, but your preparation is unique and unique problem needs unique solution. And let's talk about mock scores because this is where many students get frustrated. You are studying, you are attending classes, you are solving questions, but your score is not moving. So you start thinking, maybe I need more discipline, maybe I need more motivation, maybe I'm not working hard enough. But most of the time, that's not the real problem. The real problem is that you are focusing on the wrong things. Most students spend time on topics they already feel comfortable with because it feels productive, but they avoid the topics that expose their weakness. So month after month the same mistakes remain and the mock scores stays the same. Nobody has shown you exactly where your marks are leaking, so you keep trying to fix everything at once, and when you try to fix everything you end up fixing nothing. Now here is the good news. The solution is not another timetable or another strategy video. The solution is definitely not working 14 hours a day. And let me give you a quick example. Last year a student messaged me on Quora just 4.5 months before JEE Mains 2025, and he was asking that is it possible to crack JEE Mains in this 4.5 months. His class 11th was weak actually, and due to some health issue the first 2 months of class 12th were were also wasted. So instead of trying to cover everything, we focused on right chapters, fixed the biggest gaps, and prioritized the right question. And he stopped guessing and followed a clear direction and eventually scored 186 marks in JEE Mains 2025. The point is, his biggest problem was not time. It was not knowing what to focus on. So the first thing you need is clarity. Before creating a plan, you need analysis. You need to know which chapter have concept gap, which chapters need more practice, which chapters are giving the highest return on your time, and which mistakes are stopping your score from improving. Because once you have those answers, everything becomes simpler. You stop wasting time, you stop guessing, you stop jumping from one strategy video to another strategy video, and for the first time, you know exactly what to focus every week, what to focus every day, and what should be your monthly goals. There is another thing that I have noticed after working with hundreds of students. Most students think they need to solve more questions, but it's not always true. Students who have been preparing seriously since class 11th can afford to solve 400 to 500 questions per chapter. But if you are already behind, you don't have that luxury. You don't need more questions. You need better questions and good qualities of questions that expose your weakness, question that teaches important pattern, and questions that help you avoid common mistakes, and the question that actually move your score. The goal is not to study more. The goal is to remove low value effort from your preparation. And that's exactly where most students save month of wasted time. By the way, the reason I'm confident saying all of this is because I have seen it happen again and again. I cleared JEE Advance with 989 rank, and over the last 6 years, I have personally guided more than 600 plus students with wasted class 11, student who started late, student who were stuck at the same scores for month. And one thing is always true: the students who improve the most are not always the smartest student. They are usually the student who stop guessing earlier than everyone else. They figure out what's actually wrong in their preparation, and then they fix it before it's too late. And that's exactly why I do strategy calls too. On the call, I spend around 30 minutes understanding the student's problem, your current scores, your weak chapters, your biggest challenges, and most importantly, where your marks are leaking. And I want to be clear, this is not a free coaching session or a doubt solving session, and I won't be giving you a study plan. The purpose of call is analysis. If I genuinely believe that mentorship can help you, I will explain exactly how. And if I don't think it's the right fit, I will tell you honestly. But either way, you will leave with much more clarity than you have right now. And one last thing, if you are watching this and thinking I will figure it out later, please remember this: the student who reach out to me 3 months or 4 months before the actual exam, they always say the same thing: I wish I had fixed this earlier. So time passes much faster than you think, and the longer you spend following the wrong plan, the harder it becomes to recover the lost time. So if you are serious about improving your preparation, you can book the call. The link is in the below, or the link is in description of this video. So you can book a call, and I will see you there.